Let go. We on? We on. Well, welcome back. What If Podcast, where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ.
It's your boy Trav. I'm in here.
And it's your boy Jarvis.
I don't know why I laugh every time you do that, bro. I don't know why I laugh every time, man. Welcome back to the table, fellas, man. Table of the counter. The discussion counter, man. Good conversation last week for sure.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good feedback from that. I think last time I looked, there's probably 15, close to 1,600 views on that one. So good job, fellas, with that. As you know, every week we'll try to come back and do it all over again. I think we got something pretty decent to discuss today, something that's relevant to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Ginger? But format-wise, man, we start off with the week, asking how the week went. You know, making sure everybody's still mentally, physically in the game, spiritually in the game. Always good to be in the game. So, whoever want to take that, go ahead.
And for me, man, it was another week at the school, man. So, this week was this week was kind of rough, man. Not as far as like me personally, just a lot of stuff that went on this week at the school.
Mm-hmm.
We had a former student who was in a car accident who passed away later on that in the week.
Dang. Yeah, that's rough. Young kid?
15 years
I was
old.
about to say former student. You're an elementary school teacher. Yeah,
She was in middle school, 15 years old.
That's tough.
Yeah. So of course, they took that hard at the school. So that was a rough part of the week. But besides that, man, it was a regular school week. Nothing too major to report on.
Yeah?
And just been continuing to live that awareness and that mindfulness, that mindful lifestyle, meditating. It's another weekend and I'm here, so hey.
Fin de semana.
Yeah.
What you got, my brother?
This week was a great week. I feel like it went by smoothly.
Pull your mic up.
Come on, mic up.
Like you're talking over your mic.
Okay, that way. All right. So, like I said, this week was a good week. Of course, another week at the school. I felt good. I felt energetic, full of energy for some reason. I don't know why. But it was a great week. It was great pretty much reaching out to the youth, reaching out to the kids, just talking to them one by one. Just seeing where their minds was at and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty good. I subbed 2 science classes and a marketing class. And like I said, it's an honor to reach out and teach the kids. And I remember one guy in the class like, man, what's the point of marketing?
That brother just don't know.
I was like, man, you just don't know, man. I had a quick word of talk with him. I was like, man, you the brand. You feel me? Marketing is pretty.
That's what ET talk.
Yeah, it is. I like, man, you the.
That on the car on the way over.
Yeah,
You the brand, man.
I like you the brand, man. You just gotta think about it. Your teacher, of course, she's absent, but she's teaching you about marketing. You don't see the importance in it, but I do. And I spit it to him. I was like, man, when you get older, man, you gotta market yourself. You gotta think it's your resume, it's your brochure. Gotta market yourself. Step out on faith, man, and all good may come to you, but you gotta know how to market yourself. You gotta, realize and have an eye-opening experience that you are the brand. And it felt kind of good talking to that one student, and some more students. I had to, get them on the right track and tell them like, look, man, our teacher's not here. Y'all gotta do your work. You don't want to sabotage your own success. And I had mentioned that one time in my class, and one of my students, I'm gonna say his name is D. He was like, dang, Mr. Ellis, that was deep. Can you say that one more time? So I said to him, he was like, man, I ain't never heard that before, man. I thank you for, spreading that quick message. So, it's kind of great and a great feeling, reaching out to the youth. especially on my end, because I'm pretty much in high school, so this is pretty much the last step until step into the real world. So other than that, man, it was a great week.
That's good, man.
Yes,
All
it is.
right, yeah, man. For myself, man, I think Trav, man, he mentioned the meditation and just the self work. Definitely been doing a lot of self work this week. Getting to the meditation, finished my other book, and that book was a struggle. I'll be honest, it was a good read, but it was a hard read. But Think and Grow Rich, I heard so many successful people say something about it, so I'm like, I gotta read it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was a tough little read, but nevertheless, I'm done, and I got a Millionaire Mindset sitting over there on the counter. I'll start that this week. But definitely, like I said, self-growth, hit the gym twice, hit yoga twice, so 4 days of exercise, meditation every day, reading every day, and then working, man, just grinding, getting out in the streets, finding the deals as far as the real estate. Got a property under contract right now, but looking to go ahead and do the first flip as well. So trying to make some things happen just on the financial end. And that was the week. So I'm not going to spread that out. It was a good week. But today, we want to talk about success. You know what I mean? And I know we mentioned it before. I know people know, but we do the conference calls every day, man. And on the conference calls, we don't always come up with what we're going to talk about for the week. I don't think that we do.
No.
But we do a devotion that kind of leads us into a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the direction this week, we did something in Ecclesiastes, and we did something in John, I want to say. But nevertheless, the texts were leading us to like principles of success. You know what I mean? So we did all agree that we would come to the table with two. Right? And I wish I had spoke first. Well, I say that man Travis took my two off the table before I even got the sentence out my mouth. I'm like, dang, but the thing is, the thing about success or anything else, like if you ask somebody how to get fit, you know what I mean? Some people gonna tell you it's all about your diet. Some people's gonna tell you about the weight room. Some people gonna tell you it's about running. Some people gonna say do lightweight, a lot of reps. Some people gonna say do heavyweight, low reps. You know what I mean? Some people gonna say this, some people gonna say that. But guess what? You're gonna be talking to all fit people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is not like a one size fits all path to success. But nevertheless, if somebody is fit, they all gonna have certain things in mind in common. They're gonna actually have a regimen that they stick to. They're gonna discipline themselves, and they're gonna have certain characteristics. And even though their path may be different, the approach is pretty much the same across the board.
Right.
So, I mean, what we're talking about today is not necessarily a path. I'm not saying get this kind of job or get this kind of degree or do real estate or invest. I mean, we're not no financial advisors. Not saying that success is all about finances, but that's one thing that people do equate with them. And I think, Jarvis, you brought it up on the conference call earlier this week that success looks different to different people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's successful to me is not successful to somebody else. That can be for a variety of reasons. You know what I mean? I believe that the generation before us definition of success was finding a steady job, staying at a good job for multiple years, getting a 401k or whatever, retiring, right? And I think that's a good model of success. You know what I mean? Especially if it fulfills you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's my model of success. Model is the word that I'm using, but nevertheless, it is a model. So, but like I said, man, today we're talking about characteristics or qualities of success that no matter what path you choose, right? You'll need these no matter what.
Right.
All right? So, you want me to go first?
Man.
All right. Well,
Tell you what, though, just make sure we don't got to throw no bowls at this table.
I did forget what yours was.
Just don't take mine.
Okay, how about this? We'll all just start off with one. Alright? And then we'll sweep through with one, then we'll come back through with the second, one. I really don't remember what yours was. But it's a lot of them, so if I do take it, just adjust.
Yeah.
Just adjust, man, like Tom Brady gonna be doing on Sunday.
Oh.
I know who y'all going for.
Yeah.
Hey, but man, the one thing that I think that you really need in order to be successful is awareness.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and don't get me wrong. I know we get on here every week and talk about awareness and mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could break down what I mean by awareness, first and foremost, aware of your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Aware of your state of being, aware of your mind, and your mind is basically the expression of your thoughts, the expression of your emotions, the expression of your likes and dislikes. It's that mechanism that you say is all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feeling bad, something wrong with my mind. You thinking bad, my mind. So all these places where your mind is, being aware of what's going on there, and also, like we talked about, I believe 2 weeks ago, the mind and body mechanism work together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that mind, body, but being aware of it, you know what I mean? Because Jarvis, you use the term, but you can sabotage your own success.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can be rehearsing thoughts of failure and thoughts of worry and thoughts of doubt, and none of that is compatible with success.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, the thought it may not be your thought. You know, you base your thoughts off of things that you perceive, and while you do have some control over the things that you perceive, sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? You do have some control over the music you listen to and the shows you watch and things like that, but the things that you see in general society, like at your job and all, you may not have complete control over that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you do have control on what you decide to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
But how can you negate a negative thought that you are unaware of? Right? Like, because even when I'm meditating, there are times that a thought comes, and it's like when I become aware that I'm off on this tangent, it's like, dang, how long was I thinking about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it can go on for a long time, and that's just how thoughts and emotions can take you just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're not meditating, man, you may not be aware of those things. But also, okay, so aware of what's going on in the mind, and also just aware of opportunities. You know what I mean? Or seeing things as opportunities. You know what I mean? We gave an example on the conference call of somebody who maybe they wanted to start a catering business, so they wanted to do something, and then they got terminated from their job. Right. You know what I mean? The average person does not view that as an opportunity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it may be an opportunity. Aware that failure is not the end of it. You know what I mean? Just general awareness of yourself, your environment, your situations, your desires, your goals, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. I think that to be successful, you do have to have a general awareness, all right, of multiple things, but in general, you have to have awareness.
Mm-hmm. Like that one, man.
Where we going? All right. I went first.
For me, man, my first one, to have success, I think you gotta have discipline, man. You gotta have discipline. Simply because without discipline, man, like, I feel like discipline is a part of that drive that you gotta have in life to keep going. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In order to make the decision to say, hey, look, I gotta stop doing this, or I need to do this, and I need to do this every day, or I gotta do this at this time.
Right.
Here, and here. Without lack of discipline, you know, I think without lack of discipline, you have what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word right now, but procrastination. Without discipline, you have procrastination, and procrastination is
not a tendency to procrastinate.
Right, and that's not going to get you to success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I say I want to be a boxer, then I gotta have the discipline. Okay, I need to wake up and be in the gym every day. I need to be sparring with this person. I need to be doing that. If I want to be the greatest, this is what I have to do.
Right.
If you're not doing that every day, you don't have the discipline to do it. I mean, and if you do it for a week and then you fall off, you know what I'm saying, that's not gonna get you to success. So you gotta have discipline. You gotta be serious about whatever it is that you want to do, and you gotta stick to it.
One thing with discipline, man, because
It's hard though, and it's hard.
I mean, success is not a fly by night thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which while there's another component that we haven't. George, you mind don't. Can you hit it lightly? Can you do it lightly? I'm talking about lightly now. Just be careful. Okay. All right, that was good. Good job. Good
Shout out to that boy KP, man. That's
Shout out
what
to
that
my
is.
dog
Oh,
KP.
that's what that is?
Yeah, he just commented.
He said my
Jacquees.
vote is keep practicing letting things go that are out of your control. The Serenity Prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like. Got a niece named Serenity. Yeah, man, for sure. And to my man's point, I don't even think that's one of ours. I don't even think anyone would have said that on the conference call, but it's so many different ingredients.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I definitely think that that's one of them for sure, man. But try with the discipline. I think and you tell me what you think, but I think one of the reasons you need discipline is because success is not a quick thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? You may have some victories that are quick, but an overall body of success is a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So that's why discipline becomes so important, because you may bump up on some failures and you may not be aware that sometimes failures precede success. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And without discipline, they may cause you to quit. You know what I mean? So you agree with that? You disagree?
Yeah, most definitely. And that kind of going into my second one, but I'll wait.
You want to go ahead and jump off with it?
Well, yeah. Since you gonna give me the opportunity,
Well,
man. My first one was discipline. My
Discipline.
second one would have to be persistence. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
they almost go hand in hand.
right, and just like you said, if success is not something that's quick. It's not something that's easy. It's something that happens over time. It takes time, and 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna be successful on your first try doing anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Success is a manifestation of failures to me. That's how I see it.
That's cool.
And after you fail, you gotta have the persistence to keep going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that, kind of going hand in hand with what you said with discipline, if you don't have that persistence to keep going after failure, then you'll be in doubt. You know what I'm saying? Talk yourself out of doing stuff and just quit.
Right.
So yeah, man, that had to be my two, man. Persistence and discipline.
Okay, that's somewhat my second one.
You ain't even did your first one yet,
Yeah,
man. Talk about your second one.
Hit us with that number one.
Yeah.
Number one, of course, it was kind of alley hoop that y'all gave me. Well, y'all ain't gave me that. We all came about it. It was courage.
Oh yeah.
He looked at me crazy.
Okay.
Man, just to have that courage, like you said, we somewhat sabotage our fears. Sabotage our success, and having the courage and to go through with with your goals and stuff. That fear may sabotage that. So you have to have the courage to first get up, grind, and go through the process, and know that, like y'all said, your success don't overnight. So it's the courage to keep going, and just not being fearful. Taking no chances, taking, how some people say, a leap of faith, and just keep grinding through and trying to get through, and just eliminating your fears in the process. And then my second one's kind of.
Are you about to go to number two right now? Because I got something I want to comment on you first, and if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. I ain't no Bible scholar, so don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I ain't no Bible scholar, but who was that taking them folks into the promised land?
Moses?
Nah, the dude that came after Moses.
Huh?
Yeah, Moses ain't never make it to the promised land. He had to watch from the mountaintop.
True.
Somebody in Caleb. I want to say it was. I'm gonna take a stab out there. I know it started with a J. I'm gonna say Joseph, but it may be Jacob. But it wasn't limping Jacob. Whoever it was, you know what I'm saying? In the Bible, Joshua. That's what it was. I'm tripping. All right. So in the Bible, it tells my man to be strong and very courageous. It didn't say be very strong and very courageous. It say be strong, but be very courageous. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I think you got two things. You got fear, you got faith. You know what I'm saying? And fear is basically faith in the opposite direction, you know what I'm saying? And it's what immobilizes everybody. Fear. Yeah. Everybody has some kind of fear of something. The thing about courage, you cannot be courageous unless there is a presence of fear. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't scared, then you weren't courageous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If fear wasn't present, then you can't call that courage.
Right.
You can call it skill or something like that, but you can't call it courage because you weren't even scared. You know what I'm saying? Courage is the overcoming of fear. Or not, I don't even think it's the overcoming of fear. It's the understanding of fear. What we said about thoughts last week, because fear is you can call it emotion, but even an emotion is birthed out of a thought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, fear, I just lost my train just like that. I just lost it just like that. But fear is an emotion. Okay, so I said that you have to have, I don't know if it's an overcoming, but more so an awareness.
Yeah,
and just like we said last week, man, just because you're experiencing something that does feel real, your thoughts and all, I never want to say that they're not real, but they're not reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And usually what your fear is going to be is something in the future or something in the past, right? It's going to be something that you imagine or something that you remember, but nothing what's going on right now. You know what I mean? You may be thinking about how it could go wrong or how it did go wrong for somebody else, but you never really thinking about it's going wrong right now because it's not going wrong right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just what your mind is telling you, your mind. And that's why you have to have that awareness that I'm not my mind and my body.
Mm-hmm.
My mind and my body going to do what my mind and my body going to do. They are very necessary. Don't get me wrong. I love my mind. And when I was sitting in my meditation this morning, my mind was thinking about some real good stuff. So a part of me kind of wanted to sit there and think on it, you know what I'm saying? But I had to tell myself, this is an awareness building session, not a thought provoking session. Yeah. Later on in the day, I can sit down and brainstorm stuff. You know what I mean? There should be times that you sit in quiet and just brainstorm. Mm-hmm. That ain't your meditation time, but the mind is a beautiful thing, so don't get me wrong. But the mind is also like your survival mechanism. So it's going to do certain things to make sure that you keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? But courage, man. Back to the courage. I definitely like the courage one, but I do want people to understand that in order to be courageous, there has to be a presence of fear. Mm-hmm. And you're going to fear some stuff, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that fear, man, that fear is something serious, dog.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's something serious, man.
Yep, it is. I know one of my, I ain't going to say my fears, but.
What is it? I'll tell you one of mine. Tell me one of yours. Tell one of yours, I'll tell you one of mine.
My fear is to be a co-defendant.
What you got going on, man?
Hey, what you just said?
Being a co-defendant. Like, I don't want nobody to put me in a situation that, you know, I can't get out of. You feel me? I want to be in control of my destiny. I don't want nobody to bring me down.
You talking about like in court?
Yeah. That's what I see. What you got going on, my boy?
Hey, I don't fear a lot, but that's one thing I do fear.
Being a co-defendant.
Being a co-defendant.
Wow. That's I never heard that one.
It's deep, I know. I'm just keeping it real, man.
I'm not going to call it deep. I'm going to say that's unique.
Oh, yeah, it's unique.
Yeah.
Hey, but like I said, I don't want nobody else to bring me down.
You usually won't be out there by yourself, huh?
If you got to be out there, you want to be dolo. You don't want to be like, you can stand now.
Yeah. I want to put myself in trouble pretty much. I don't want nobody else to put me in trouble.
Okay. I'll tell you one of mine, and I'll tell you, I've been making strides on this. I done came to a much better place on this.
Yeah.
But fear of perception. You know what I mean? A fear of rejection, actually. Right? But a fear of how people perceive me to where I don't get rejected. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Boy, when I say I live with that one for a long time, But I'm telling you, boy, I'm coming on around. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming on around. But folks, you know, there was a time where I walk in a restaurant and somebody would look at me and I might look, or turn my head or something. Hey, what's happening? You good?
Is he taking?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just coming on around, man. And you know what I finally had to think about? What's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? I'm a solid dude. Yeah. I got my flaws. Don't get me wrong, but I'm solid, man. I'm honest. I got a tad bit of funny in my bones. You know what I'm saying? I can be comical. I can joke. I can get along with a wide variety of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intelligent. I got good qualities. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
So if I don't see nothing wrong with me, why can't I be cool with that? And I really been working on it. Like I said, fellas, I'm taking strides on that one. But yeah, man, one of my biggest fears, man, was always like a fear of rejection or a fear of public perception, what people perceive.
I feel like that's a common fear.
I think so.
Yeah.
For some people, I really think that is not though. Like I got some people, man, like this man Brad, bro. Man, what was that Wild Wings, bro? And you know they be having the live bands and this man got up and started dancing, dog. I'm talking about like not just dancing. I'm talking about like getting down dancing where everybody can see him. And I'm like, dang boy, like I wouldn't do nothing like that. Nah, if it was y'all boys, you know what I'm saying? I'll break down and you know what I'm saying? I'll break it down. Yeah. But just like a group of straight strangers that I don't know, man, my man started breaking it down. And I admire stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Courage.
Me and Jarvis went. I mean,
This was y'all conversation.
That was y'all boys talking.
Nah, man. But one thing I realized, not recently, I've always kind of paid attention to it, but it kind of shed a lot of light on it lately. One thing I realized I have a fear of, kind of what you just said, rejection, but I would say more so networking.
Okay.
Just because, you know, sometimes I used to feel like, man, them folks don't care about what I got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they got their own stuff going on. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just like yesterday, man, I'm in the barbershop, and shout out to my barber, man, who you get me right, man. But, you know, he know about the book or whatnot, and it was a lot of kids in there. He was like, yeah, man, you don't got no cards or nothing you can leave in here so I can let people know? I'm like, nah. You know, he all across the barbershop. Excuse me, ma'am, how old your son is? My partner over here just wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He putting you out there.
Yeah, and he is. And it's crazy, bro, because the first person, she was a teacher in South Carolina. So she was like, okay, let me see. Showed her the thing. She took a picture. She said, that's what's up, man. I'll be to your book signing. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. And when I'm walking when I first walked in the barbershop, he like, yeah, this my friend right here I was just telling you about. He wrote a book. So I shook another dude hand. Man sent me a friend request on Facebook not too long ago. He a teacher as well.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Mama cut a lot of teachers.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Slide through, drop.
And then while I'm sitting there, after he already said something to the lady, another guy walked in. I'm like, hey, I know him. He used to sub at Pooler, the school I work at. He used to be a sub there every now and then. My barber again. Yeah, he work in the schools now. He just wrote a book for kids.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you look familiar. I was like, yeah, man. I know you subbed at Pooler a couple of times. Talked to him, this and that. He was like, yeah, so you just wrote a book. You know, tell me about it. What it's about. He was like, man, that's awesome. Shoot me a text, man. My wife, she work in the school system too. I suited to her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, bro, like what I'm scared of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this networking. That's 3 different people. Who now I know. Even this morning, man, when I went in the bank, taking care of some business, the girl who was helping me, she like, I'm telling her about, you know what I'm saying, why I'm here, what I'm doing, and stuff like that. And she like, oh, you just wrote a book, man, that's awesome. She's like, I got a 2-year-old, and you know, we into all of that stuff, reading and stuff, so of course I showed her the thing too. She took a picture of it, wrote it down. She's like, I know the Pooler area very well, man. I might stop by your book signing.
That's what's up, man.
I'm like, man, but I have a fear of, like you saying, just even telling people about like what I'm going on. Like I got a lot of people come to me like, why you ain't tell me you was writing a book? I really ain't think you care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people may not feel like that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? A lot of people, but now I know, man, there's a lot of people out there that really do want to support me, man, that really would back me. So it's like I got to get out of that habit of, you know, keeping stuff to myself and being that brand, you know, branding myself, put myself out there. If this is what I want to do, it that comes with the territory. Even this, the whole what if thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't be afraid to network with people. I can't be afraid to talk and, you know what I'm saying, tell people what I got going on, because they may be in a position to put us in a better position, you know what I'm saying, to help
Right.
us out.
Yeah.
So, man, Work in progress still, man.
And now you got some empirical evidence, man.
Yeah.
You don't see it firsthand, and I don't know who quote it is, but they say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all remember that devotion on the phone, man, but the same thing happened where it talked about the children of Israel when they went to scope the land, man. He said, we were like grasshoppers in they sight. Like, how you know you ain't even hollered at them boys?
Yeah.
you don't know what they thought of you, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, fear, man. God almighty.
That's a good fear, Trav. I don't mean to cut you off because I used to have that same mindset. Like, I used to be scared to reach out to people because in my mind, I feel like a lot of people nowadays got bad intentions. I feel like a lot of people now have the mindset like, if it's not beneficial to me, I don't care. So I'm starting like you said, being less fearful to network, reach out to people, because like we talked about now, one of our first couple of podcasts, we don't want to burn bridges. We want to, build that foundation, make our bridge stronger.
Right.
So that's why I came to the realization, like, look, you can't, like you said, sabotage your success of fear of networking to people, because you don't know who you might run into. Like, you might run into a person that got connect with people, and as long as you up and popping, everybody's buying your books. So that's a good example of your
Man, y'all know somebody else who would say anything to anybody? My daddy, dog. Like, this man don't care.
That's
Yeah, it is.
Hey man, I was on
Shout out to
the
Pops.
phone.
Shout out to
I
Pops.
was on the phone with Pops, and one day, man, it was this lady pumping gas. We on the phone, like he like, good God Almighty. He like, good God Almighty. Hey, hold on. Hey. Hey, Miss Day, you remember when we went to Atlanta?
Pops was cutting up, man.
Pops,
Talking
man.
about oldest dude in the spot, man.
Bluetooth
Hollering
in his
at
ear.
everybody.
Man, don't.
Bluetooth, pants pulled up, shirt tucked in. Ooh, I'm talking about, and they on everything.
Man, Pops don't care, man. And I'm like, why? He could have just gave me
And he wasn't getting rejected either.
No, but he don't care if he was.
Yeah.
He be like, you know.
On to the next.
On to the next. Hey, but yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Trav, you already gave your two. What's your two again? Run them down for us again.
My two characteristics of success, man, qualities of success that I feel like you have to have, or that I have to have to be successful. Discipline and persistence.
Okay. And then Jarvis, you was courage, right?
Mm.
And I was awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can come back with my number two, goodness gracious, what I had? Oh man, carry heads. Carry heads. But hey, listen, y'all know, man, I be trying to eat right, but boy, I'm riding down 21 a day. I'm like, boy, this is a burger and fries day.
Yeah.
I had to, bro, and then after I ate it, I'm like, it was okay.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But I ain't want no Subway today.
And I was listening. I don't mean it real quick, man. I was listening to the boy Tony Robbins, man, and he was just saying, sometimes you do just gotta live, man. And I've been hard on myself about that sweet tea, man, since November, man. I ain't been drinking the sweet tea.
Today.
I've been like, man, I've been doing what I was supposed to be doing, man. So I told myself, man.
You had one yesterday, ain't it? Or 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you when we was on the conference call.
Yeah.
And you said something about a sweet tea, and it popped in my mind.
I was like, I don't need to be drinking this.
Yeah. You said something. You said sweet tea on the conference call. I'm like, I don't drink sweet tea.
Yeah, I tried to stop it.
You drunk a sweet tea? I'm playing.
I'm trying to limit myself. At first, I was like, I'm gonna do one a week, but I'm like, nah, that's getting too comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Don't put a number on it. Just live. Just be aware.
Just live.
Yeah,
Man. Just know I ain't on it every day, all day like I used to be.
Yeah, man.
I probably might take a little sip once or twice a month. Man.
And guess who I was on the phone with when I was talking about the burger? My daddy. Guess what he said? All right, I poured up, got a quarter pounder. I got a quarter pounder, man. I was gonna get a double. I'm like, man, let me go and get this burger, man. But okay, so qualities of success, man. We got her to wrap this up, man.
Yeah.
My number two one, man, is gonna be vision. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have awareness, but you gotta have vision. And when I say vision, you gotta have a definite purpose in mind. You gotta know what you're doing it for. You gotta see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta really see it, and you gotta know where you're going. And awareness is important in that, because being aware, if you see what's there, then you know what doesn't fit. Jarvis, tap that again. My goodness, you got 10%. battery life left. Drivers, be careful.
There we go.
Okay. Good man.
George, be careful.
Good man. Come on back.
Yeah,
But man,
man.
you gotta be aware, man. But if you got vision, you know what I'm saying. One thing, and I learned this working at UPS. You know what I'm saying. If you do things the same way every day, you'll notice when something's out of place.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying. So if I kept my vision solid of how I wanted things to be, when something was out of place, I noticed it quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a vision of how it was supposed to be. All right, so that would key in my awareness right then when something was missing or wrong or out of place. You know what I mean? But you got to have a vision of what you desire, where you want to get to, and if you have a vision of what it is, then the path that just kind of naturally leads you there. You know what I'm saying? If you put the vision in your heart, man, your heart already know how to get there. I done said it on podcasts and conference calls, Facebook posts or whatever. But man, the answers are inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you should get advice from people who've been there before and all that and third. You should feed your mind those things, but your heart will tell you what the right answers are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you got to give it somewhere to go. You know what I mean? You got a nice GPS system in there, but if you don't ever type in a destination, it don't mean nothing.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's just sitting there. It's idle. And the thing about it, there are default destinations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't program something, it just take you the same way everybody else go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, man, my number one thing would be awareness. I gave all the different forms of awareness, and then my number two thing, man, it would have to be vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I could just add one more thing with vision that I guess kind of fits into it, a reason for why you're doing what you're doing.
That drive.
That drive, you know what I'm saying, that desire, if you can put that on with it, it's just that much stronger, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing that for your kids, or it was a dream of your late grandmother or grandfather, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? If you can put that with it, with that vision, you know what I'm saying, that why with that what, you got the what, you got the what and the why.
Yeah. There to go.
That's kind of leaning towards my second one.
Nah.
It's kind of like somewhat kind of picking off of Travis with the word. How you looking at me like?
I'm just trying to see what you about to say.
Gotta be resilient.
Okay.
You have to have, like you said, that willpower. Like, you got to have that drive, that willpower to go forward and keep going at it. Like, for example, how I'm pretty sure people heard about the story about, I think you said it earlier, about how Kobe, when he missed that game-winning shot, he was in that gym still practicing on that shot that he missed.
The same shot.
The same shot.
In Miami, South Beach.
But just gotta be resilient. Like ET said, you gotta be that lion chasing that gazelle. Like you gotta know, you gotta sacrifice. Like, of course, like how ET say, you know, you may be tired and stuff, but you gotta wake up early, chasing that grind, chasing what that dream is, and that's kind of what I'm still trying to practice on because, of course, y'all guys know me, I'm laid back, but you can't be laid back and be successful. You gotta be resilient, have that willpower to keep pushing. You can't take no days off, and you know, like I said, have that good willpower. So that's kind of my second one.
You know the thing, and y'all know I'm a Lakers fan, so this Kobe conversation is near and dear to my heart.
Time for the Kobe.
No, it's gonna be quick. No, it's gonna be quick. Hey, listen, the thing about Kobe with that shot, you got to think about it. So yeah, he stayed after in the gym in South Beach, boom, shooting the same shot over and over and over again. But guess what? The opportunity to take that shot came up again.
Yep.
Right? And if Kobe's mind is on the past, I missed this shot last time, or in the future, I could possibly miss this shot this time, it means nothing. You got to be resilient enough to take the shot again. The same way you took it the first time, knowing that it's unlimited possibilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's resilient to take the shot again. And we talked about success on the phone, man. The best definition I heard of success is where preparation and opportunity meet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kobe prepared to take that shot. Over and over. And then the opportunity come to everybody. God, man, I wish I could remember what we were reading already. It was Ecclesiastes 9:1. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong, nor to the. It was talking about the one person with money, the person with brains, but it says, but time and the word it used was chance happens to us all.
Right.
That's the word that he used, and for me, that was preparation opportunity. The time, that's where you prepare. You know what I'm saying? You're given time to prepare, and I'm not really big on the word chance, but opportunity. You know what I'm saying? When the opportunity shows up, you can capitalize on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna get an opportunity.
Right.
Everybody's gonna get time. Everybody's gonna get the opportunity.
Everybody
know
got
what I
the
mean?
same 24 hours.
Everybody got the same 24 hours. And you know when we say time on the phone, Trav said everybody get the same amount of time, and I'm thinking you talking about like years. I'm like, nah. you know what I'm saying? You like, no. I'm talking about in a day. I'm like, oh yeah, 100. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get the same 24 hours every day in and day out. You gonna get the same 24 I do. But if I prepare, and we talked about it, there's plenty of Jordans out there. There's probably somebody right now in a hood near you that can dust Jordan off one-on-one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Jordan prepared a lot more.
He was in that gym before everybody.
I'm talking about he prepared a lot more, boy. So as far as just natural raw talent, you might be able to get with my man. You know what I'm saying? But he don't develop so many skills just from his preparation. He don't develop discipline. He don't develop persistence and courage. He don't develop that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't practice until it was developed. So now when the opportunity comes, you're not gonna be able to get with my man. You know what I'm saying? You can get with me because I ain't no hooper.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be able to once the skill level is equal. That's one thing I learned through playing ball, man. You know what I'm saying? I played in high school. I mean, the people just naturally better than other folks. So it don't really matter. Now I never played in the pros, but once you get to college, kind of tighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you fast, he fast. You strong, he strong.
Yeah.
You know the game, he know the game. Now it come down to the off season. Now everything else is equal. Now it come down to the preparation because the opportunity, game day is coming.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Game day coming. But Trav, your two again?
Discipline, persistence.
Courage and being resilient.
Courage, resilience, awareness, vision. Gato, Mike. Vision. Vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we can sit at the table and we can reel off some more. We can reel off some more if we wanted to. And then you mentioned my man Kobe. I think that's a great one. We talked about Jordan, but if you read successful people's books or whatever, however you find out about their life, what you'll come to understand is they all have so many different paths. Oprah broadcasting, this person real estate, this person whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? My man Facebook. But if you read what they had to say, like their own autobiography, it's all the same qualities.
Yep.
Over and over. And it's always the same qualities. I done read so many books, and it's like, man, all these folks saying the same thing.
And what's one thing that's another thing that all those folks have in common when they talk about their story is what? They failures.
Yep. Yep. They do often talk about their failures or when things didn't go their way. How Oprah didn't get picked for the first time she went up for that role in Color Purple.
Man, I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other morning, and they had the co-owner of Philadelphia 76ers on it. And this man was talking about how he owned a ski shop. He was having a ski shop out of his parents' basement when he was like 12. By the time he was 16, he was doing over $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Making over $100,000, and some stuff went wrong because he had a whole bunch of deals with all of these people, and stuff went wrong. He didn't have enough money to pay all of those people.
Right.
So he thought he was gonna have to file for bankruptcy because all these people was gonna sue him and all this stuff. And he might have been 15 because he went back and said it just so happened that none of those people who were suing him, it didn't go through because they couldn't sue him because he was under 16.
Yeah, he was legal.
Yeah. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then he talked about different failures that he had, but eventually leading up to owning the team, man. I was like, man, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, that is, man. But like we said, man, the success, it's a lot of different paths to get with. But if you don't have certain qualities, certain characteristics developed in yourself, which are all, discipline can be developed.
Yeah.
Persistence can be, these things can be developed. Patience can be developed. I think that patience is probably an important quality to being successful. But like you said, I think patience and discipline may be more synonymous, or they definitely have some things in common. I think it was a good conversation, fellas.
Yeah.
Great.
Great one.
Okay, my bad. I think that was a great conversation, fellas. Yeah, man. And then for ourselves, man, I think it's best that we take this on into our week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remembering this conversation, as of course we want everybody else to do, but remembering, man, that you can take whatever path you want to take to get there.
Yeah.
You want to be an author? Be an author. Want to be a teacher? Be a teacher. You want to do real estate? Do real estate. Whatever. You take whatever path you want to get there, but you want to develop certain characteristics. Even if you get there, you won't stay there.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Even if you get there, you won't stay there, man. It's time to leave the people with something encouraging for the week. Little mini message from the What If crew.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
sir.
So, what we got?
Man, I was just sitting here thinking, man. For me, thought about what Steve Harvey said, man. I think that was pretty cool.
Big Steve.
Yeah, man. So I kind of want to lead the focus with that. And
What he said?
don't quote me, man. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if he said if you think it or if you dream it. Either way. I think I believe it was dream though. If you can dream it in your mind, he said you can hold it in your hand.
You know who I say that one? Les Brown said that one too.
Okay. Yeah.
But Les Brown said if you can see it in your mind.
Okay, I like that one too. If you
Yeah.
can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Just want to leave folks with that, man, and let y'all know, man, that that's my testimony, man. When it comes to everything we doing, and most definitely when it comes to my book that I got going on, man, because man, I saw it in my head, I could see it, I was dreaming about it, and it's just so crazy, bro. Because next week this time I'll be able to hold it in my hand.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to leave everybody with that, man. Just dream big, man, and put some action behind it and keep going.
And you have a lot of people that say, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
But it's really, I see it
When I believe.
when I believe it.
That's right.
Talk to me, Big Jarvis.
What I'm gonna leave people with is just something simple and basic. Just continue to be you. What I mean by that, just try to stand out from the crowd. Just be different. Like my grandma always taught me when I was growing up. Like, never try to be like the next man. Try to be the man. Try to be different. Stand out from the crowd. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. And as we are in Black History Month, just embrace yourself. Embrace your blackness. Embrace just the past. It's like, I won't say like the past, but like embrace those who came before you, who tried to stand out and be different. Like, for example, Rosa Parks, how she didn't want to give up her seat. She wanted to stand out and be different and pretty much make a change by being different. So you can be your own person. Just don't follow the crowd. Be you. That's what I'm leaving people with.
Yeah, you talking about being different in Rosa Parks. It's crazy that you only remember the woman who bucked on giving up her seat. Mm-hmm. Nobody know the name of anybody else on the bus who did what they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who was on the bus with her. I'm sure it was other people, but like you said, you got to stand out. You got to do something different if you want to be remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I put a post on Facebook this morning, and it said, "Improvement is not mastery." And I put that on there because there are days that I have revelations of growth. I see stuff in a new light, and I'm like, "Oh man, that was good." You know what I mean? And one of the tricks of my mind, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm sure the people struggle with it too. One of the tricks of my mind is to say, I got it now. I got it figured out. You know what I'm saying? I got it all under control now. I mastered it. Mm-hmm. And then for myself, I try to start applying that to every situation. Then I say, don't work in every situation. It worked for that situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I improved and I got better, right, but I didn't master anything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't think I ever will. Life is too complex to be mastered. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can always make improvements. So the key would be to understand that your improvement does not mean that you mastered something, that you got to stay hungry, and you got to keep grinding.
Yeah.
You can never stop grinding. You can never lose the hunger. You can never lose the desire. You can never lose the vision. You got to keep grinding, because just because you improve, you still haven't mastered.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so improvement is not mastery. That'll be mine for today.
Like it.
Trav.
Yo.
People trying to get in touch with us. They calling. They sending in emails. They sending in forms. So we need to put the information out there for the people, bro.
Yeah, that's right, man. If y'all want to contact us, y'all can email us, and that's at whatifsavannah@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We here on Facebook at #whatifsav. We on the gram, Instagram, _SAV. And of course, y'all know we still got our tutoring going on: English, Math, Spanish, some SAT prep for those getting ready for college. More information about our tutoring and just about What If, man, y'all can go on our website, and that's www.whatifsav.com.
I thought this man was throwing on the west side.
Wow.
That was a 4 though. And as far as the SAT prep, definitely will tutor for the SAT. I would have to be honest and say I never took the ACT, so I'm not 100% comfortable tutoring on it. I can tutor certain aspects of it. I'm sure there was a specific concept that you want to learn, but I've never taken the test, and I never studied the test, so that would probably be a case by case thing. But also, what Travis is talking about as far as the college prep, when you apply for scholarships, you have to write certain essays, things of that nature. We can assist with that. You know what I mean? We can help you write a good college essay, especially to get people what they're looking for.
Right.
You know, they're looking for a certain criteria, and we can definitely help you with that. So I think we're going to go ahead and close it up, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
It's your boy CJ coming at you with the What If podcast, where possibility begins. Been good talking to you one more time, and I'm out.
And it's your boy Trav, man, and I'm out. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, commenting, and just, interacting with us, man. We appreciate it, man.
It's your boy Jay Lane, but my real name is Jarvis. Stop playing with y'all. But yeah, like I said, it's your boy Jarvis. Leaving y'all with that good word, man. Like I said, had a good time sitting at the counter with my brothers and just delivering, that good soul food, So yeah.
Hey, we out. Go ahead and take us out of here, big dog.
Peace.
Oh.
Take us out of here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Rams tomorrow too,
Take us out of here.